What happens when you microwave Mega Man, Metroid, and Binding of Isaac at the same time? Well, that's how you get a robot named Fight. When I initially saw this game on the eShop, I kind of wrote it off because of the name. I stupidly assumed that a game with this name would be cheesy and bad. I am so glad that I was proven wrong. A Robot Named Fight took me completely by surprise. A Robot Named Fight is a 2D action-adventure roguelite focused on exploration and item collection. Take on the role of a lone robot tasked with stopping the entity known as Megabeast. Explore procedurally generated labyrinths, uncover randomized power-ups and artifacts, find secrets, and blast meaty creatures in the deliciously gory adventure. I never really enjoyed Metroidvania games when I was younger. I guess I found the backtracking too tedious in my youth. I've started to enjoy a lot of these games in this genre as I grew up. So A Robot Named Fight was right up my alley, especially with the roguelike elements added in. For some reason, I just can't get enough of roguelike games. I just find them completely addictive, whether that be Binding of Isaac, Enter the Gungeon, Wizard of Legend, anything like that. The fact that most of these games are just easy to pick up and play have to have something to do with it. Anyways, back to this review. The controls for a side-scrolling action game like this are, I think, the most important thing, and this game nails the controls perfectly. I was mainly playing on a Pro controller, and the D-pad worked completely well. I found myself gravitating towards using the stick for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Usually with games like this, I will stick to the D-pad, but I found the stick controls were done perfectly for my liking. Playing on the Joy-Con, I found myself sticking to the D-pad there. The sticks on the Joy-Con just don't have enough travel for me. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm not entirely sure what the story of this game is, but it's kind of like a generic, in the future, monsters take over and you have to fight to live story, but I'm okay with that. I prefer it this way because you can just get right back into the action each round. I really enjoy how as you progress further in the game, you'll unlock weapons and power-ups for your next runs, making it so no round is exactly the same as a previous one. A lot of the enemies that you will end up fighting in A Robot Named Fight can get kind of repetitive, but where the game's mechanics really shine are when you get to fight bosses. The bosses in this game are really well thought out, and a lot of them throw a lot of stuff at you that you don't expect. There's not much really else to say about this game. The sound effects are as you would expect. They sound, very similar to a Metroid/Mega Man game, but the music really creates this kind of landscape that you are on a desolate planet, that you are the only, being, even though you're a robot, left alive. Well, I guess robots aren't really alive, but you know what I mean. Overall, I would have to recommend this game to anyone that enjoys any sort of roguelike games, especially if they enjoy Mega Man and Metroid. Even the little animation of when you pick up a new power-up sounds suspiciously like Metroid. I think another thing that is great for this type of game, and honestly just the digital age that we live in, is that developers are able to add in new content and new patches for free whenever they'd like. And I had read several comments saying that the developers of A Robot Named Fight will be adding in more content down the road for this game. So that might be an extra thing for you to think about when purchasing this game as well. So yeah, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to share it around. Let us know what you would like to see from us next.